I have been on over 40 flights in the last year. So here is how I would pack for a 2-week trip with only a carry-on and a personal item. If I don't have to bring a check-in luggage, I don't want to. It's just so much easier to get out of the airport with my carry-on and my personal item, get on the subway and go to my hotel. But sometimes we do bring a check-in luggage if we know we're going to be shopping or if I have to bring gifts to all of my relatives in Asia. Tip number 1, the bigger the space, the more you want to fill. Choose luggage that is actually on the smaller end rather than the bigger one. A lot of luggages offer an XL version of the carry-on. I just go for the regular one. I don't want to also have to buy another carry-on if I'm on a smaller plane and it doesn't fit on the overhead compartment. The whole point of me bringing a carry-on is so that I could carry it on the plane. So you're just gonna end up bringing more stuff and possibly will have to check it in. So just get the regular sized carry-on luggages. For the longest time, I've had the regular sized away carry-on, and then my husband gifted me the Rimowa carry-on. I love this one so much, but the buckles are a little frustrating because if you do overpack, it's hard to close. But also consider the weight of your carry-on luggage. The away bags are actually lighter than the Rimowa ones. Also because mine is a hybrid between the plastic and aluminum. But for my carry-on luggage, I always look for wheels that are going to turn 360, and you also want to make sure you have 4 wheels, not just 2, and they should be able to roll and stand easily and you don't have to fear it constantly toppling over. But wheels, they're literally like the tires of the car. It really makes a difference on how smooth it is, how easy it is to go where you need to go, and just how stable it feels. In terms of personal items, a lot of people like to go with duffel bags, and the Luca duffel is so cute and it does fit under the seat. But man, when you stuff that thing and throw it over your shoulder, one side of your shoulder is going to hurt. But of course, when you put it on your luggage, it's fine. You're just rolling with it. But my favorite is actually travel backpacks. I used to have the Baze travel bag and it went everywhere with me until my husband got this Osprey one and I loved it. This backpack also comes with a little harness to clip right in front of you, so it gives you back support because it's bringing the bag a little bit more forward. It also comes with a little whistle and I feel like it just fits everything that I need. And it's not too heavy. Keep in mind though that Asian airlines, they do weigh your carry-on. Not just check-in luggage, but they weigh the carry-on ones too. But they rarely will weigh a backpack or a duffel bag. So if you're gonna overstuff anything, stuff the backpack. Tip number 3, plan ahead for weather. I feel like a lot of people overpack because they're thinking about just in case clothes. But if you plan ahead and look at the weather, then it's going to help you mitigate packing too many just in case items. What I like to do is I open my notes app, I type all the days I'm going to be traveling, and then I look up the weather and I put the weather. Obviously the weather can change, and then I'll just update it as the trip gets closer. Then I start to notice, okay, I'm kind of getting a feel of what the weather is going to be like and what clothes I'm going to need. Number 4, my airport clothes though do stay as my airport clothes. Yes, you could totally rewear the clothes that you wore. I don't know, something about being in the air cabin for like 12 hours in those clothes, but you totally can. There is also the option to wear your bulkiest clothes on the flight, and I mean it's layers so you can take it off. I did have to do that once where my bag was a little too heavy and I ended up taking out 2 jackets. I tied one around my waist and then I wore one. Next is packing cubes. I've had the same packing cubes this whole time, and this is how I categorize my packing cubes. One packing cube is for my tops and my gym clothes. Another packing cube is for my pants and my socks. Another packing cube is for my undergarments like my bras and my underwear, and I do actually bring a lot of underwear. And then I have one packing cube for PJs because I feel like PJs, you know, that's supposed to be clean clothes. I don't want to mix it with my day clothes. Next is bring a capsule wardrobe. Basically clothes that you can mix and match with anything and you don't have to worry about like, oh, this only fits with one type of pants. For our first international trip ever, because my husband had just gotten his green card last summer, he was gonna bring 14 pants for 14 days. And he was like, these are all the pants I own. And I was like, you don't need 14 pants for 14 days. But you know, it was his first trip and I was like, you can learn. And did he wear all of them? No. And thank you to Unbound Merino for sponsoring this portion of this this video, I'm actually wearing their clothes right now. But if you're looking for a capsule wardrobe to pack lighter and to pack efficiently, then this is the brand for you. Their clothing is made from the finest merino wool, and merino wool is very versatile. It breathes and it insulates depending on if you're hot or you're cold. Merino wool is also naturally antibacterial and odor resistant, so that is perfect for when you're traveling. You don't have to worry too much about laundry either. It is also naturally crease resistant. It's so easy to travel with, and it is moisture wicking, so if you get caught in the rain, it'll dry quickly too. This is a brand to consider when you are traveling if you just want to bring like one jacket. It feels very light, but then it's also warm when you're cold, and then it breathes when you're hot. So check out my link below, and new customers will get 10% off their first purchase. Next is fill out the clothes that you plan to wear on the schedule. So I literally map out my outfits and I kind of figure out, okay, how many pants, how many shirts. 2 weeks is 14 days. Usually I would bring probably 3 to 4 pairs of pants. I know people who just survive off of 3. After the third wear, I feel like they start to feel a little oily. It just depends what you're doing that day. And my husband and I were out like 12 hours a day. My baggy pants kind of like drag on the floor. Now this is with the thought of perhaps we won't do laundry. But also I'm a content creator, so I do try to kind of mix up my outfits. 3 to 4 pairs of pants and 5 shirts. You can mix and match that in so many ways. Shirts, I feel like also for women, they're a lot tinier, so I could pack a lot of shirts and if it's just fine. I could even get away with packing 7 shirts. Spring dresses are light and they are a complete whole outfit. You don't need a top and a bottom, it's a dress. So I'll usually pack 1 or 2 dresses too. Bring laundry detergent just in case, and Blue Land's tablets have been a staple for me. I use it in my house too, but when I travel, it's just so nice to have laundry tablets in case we do need to do laundry. I don't need to worry about using any foreign laundry detergent. I'm not sure how my skin's going to react to it. And lastly, pack comfortable shoes. This might be crazy, but one of our international trips, I only brought 1 pair of shoes. It's my New Balance 530s. They are so comfortable and I survived just fine with just those. I did not bring anything else. No flip-flops, no cute shoes for my dress. I just wore those. But that's, you just take what works and go with it. So I hope that helps you, and if you guys have any tips for minimalist packing to help other people, please leave a comment below so we can all just share, what is helpful, what are some hacks that you love to use. If you like what you see, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you later. Bye!